How's it going, guys? Tim back with another video. Today we are at Lake Julian Park, which if you guys have been following the channel for a while, you know this place is kind of near and dear to my heart because it's my first tournament win was actually at this park. So means a lot to me. It has been devastated by Hurricane Helene, so there's only about 13 holes open right now. I'll be playing 11 of them because I don't want to go out onto this sketchy peninsula that has water on, three sides basically. So not trying to throw any discs into the water today. It is the day after my tournament. We will do some tournament recap today. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be just a chill round. I'm gonna let you guys know some of the key discs that I threw yesterday. And yeah, I'll just get started here. Hole 1, which is actually hole 9 on the course. All right, so course hole 9, but recovery layout hole 1, 280 feet, dead ahead. Plays to kind of swing it out over the road with something like a mid-range, let it fade in towards the basket. So here we go. I'm a little stiff from yesterday and a little bit tired. I was on rare mental form yesterday. So let's see if we can throw a good shot here. It's a little breezy. That's an M2, by the way. Get fading now. Yeah, that's perfect. Pretty much parked. Nailed it. All right, well, here's what we're left with. One of the things that was working extremely well yesterday in my tournament was the putting. I was hitting them from all over the place, especially in my second round. As you guys knew, as I said in my last video, birdie, it's the first time I'd ever played that course. So first round was kind of a scouting round. Second round was one where I attacked it. Oh, a little bit more. Almost just got hit by a disc. So yeah, yesterday, name of the game was just trying to simplify the course as much as I could. I think I only took out a distance driver maybe once or twice the entire day. Really threw a lot of mids and putters off the tee, just getting placement shots. There was a lot of OB. Ground was really skippy. So, ended up just playing as safe as I could and taking the birdies when they came. First round spent a decent amount of time out of bounds, which was not ideal. Ended up shooting +2 on the first round, which, ended up being rated 881, which, for first time playing a course, that's really not too shabby. Second round, lit it up a little bit, so I'll explain that in a little bit. All right, second hole is actually hole 10 on the course. This is the first one that looks quite a bit different than it used to. Used to be a lot more trees in this one. If I can find some footage, I will overlay some of these holes with the other footage from before the hurricane. So throw a little force over here, I believe. And yeah, let's see. This is actually like the sickest shot I've ever had on this hole, and it is not the... We're gonna go with this M4 off the tee, 300 feet, dead straight, kind of a tight window, OB off to the right. We're just gonna kind of throw it this left side and let it turn a little bit and see what happens. This trash can behind me is kind of in my way, and I do have a headwind, so a little bit of hyzer, I think. Oh my God, that's really good. It's gonna be short, but that was the line for sure. I hope I didn't block that. Okay, well, I definitely blocked that last shot. I'm sorry about that, but here's where I landed. Probably like 45 short. M4 definitely got up in the air. Don't think I put a ton on it. I am definitely a little sore from yesterday. Get over there. Okay, we'll take our par. That is totally fine. All right, it is definitely breezy out here. Next hole, apparently 255. Kind of just up there to the right. You guys can probably see it just over that way. I'm gonna go with this Firebird. This was another one that was huge for me yesterday. It's a 167 Champ Firebird. It does have a little bit of flip to it, almost acts more like a Thunderbird. We're gonna throw this guy around the outside on a big hyzer line and then let her fade back to the basket. Definitely missing a tree or two here as well. That looks pretty good, but kind of short, I think. Oh, I caught a tree on the way back in. Not too bad. So going into the second round of the tournament, I was feeling pretty good. I'd come off of what I thought to be a pretty decent round for a first time at a course. Well, that's high. Wow. And, I was feeling pretty good. Was ready to attack a little bit more. And, hang on. Ended up really hitting a lot of birdies. and only a couple of bogeys. Kept it to single bogeys all day if they were going to be a bogey. So ended up shooting a 922 rated 3 down second round, which an MA2 put me in 7th out of like 17 or something. So I was really not disappointed with that. Another thing I was super happy with yesterday was my mental game. I was in rare mental form yesterday. Nothing could faze me. You know, I would take a bogey. I was doing a lot of laying up if I had to. Didn't want to risk running putts. There were a lot of putts on sloped greens where if you just hit the band and it rolls, it's going out of bounds. So, you know, a birdie can turn into a bogey or a double pretty quick. So I did a lot of laying up. And just anytime I got a bogey, I was like, all right, we'll just get it back. Like it really, my mental game was super strong. This hole's par 4, 500 feet. I'm gonna throw this F3. Something I learned, my F3 is more stable than my F2. Don't ask me why, that's just the way it is. I learned this disc and it was actually very valuable yesterday. So we're gonna throw it here and just get out there into the fairway. Yep, and then just get down. That is just on the edge of the fairway. Not too shabby. All right, so here's what we're left with. Not too shabby. I'm gonna throw this A2. The A2 A5 combo was so clutch yesterday. A2 more on forehand, A5 more on backhand. For whatever reason, my brain just meshes with these and just knows how hard to throw them. All right, well, coming down the hill, might have pushed slightly long, but I think we're gonna be pretty close for the birdie. All right, didn't take the hill into account too much here. So we did end up, I knew as soon as I said, my brain knows how hard to throw these discs, I would just not nail it, but this isn't too bad. Distance was perfect, it just slid down the hill. Oh, wow, they're floating. That wind is brutal. Well, we'll take our par. Well, maybe, I don't know, that's a tester. Into a headwind. Yep, we'll take our par. All right, hole 5, 240 feet. Guys, I'm kind of bummed. This is bumming me out a little bit, man. Helene really messed this place up. It's pretty sad. A lot of trees are gone. A lot of iconic holes are changed forever now. But we got to keep moving forward. 240 feet straight down here to the right. Going with the PA5. The road's a little bit loud next to me. Gonna swing this wide on some hyzer and let it turn. I think it's gonna be a little windy up above this hill, so we'll see. Go. Push. Ah, it's short. Man, I'm not throwing hard today. Well, unfortunately this hole has also become significantly easier. We're missing a bunch of trees in here. Trees, bushes, etc. We're left with kind of a long putt here. So yeah, during my tournament, my event rating was 902, which is pretty fantastic. That is 31 points higher than my rating right now. My rating did recently tank though. Due to a really rough tournament, I pulled both of those. We'll take our par, that's fine. So, we're boosting it back up, we're getting there. Also want to shout out my card mates for the day. Yesterday, they were fantastic the whole day. This guy Bruce was on my card both rounds. We actually ended up tying. He's from kind of this area as well. Super chill dude. He said he knew me from my videos, so shout out Bruce if you're watching this. What up, dog? All right, hole 6 is 305 feet, dead ahead, nothing in the way. You can probably see it just through the pathway there. I set it up like that on purpose. I'm gonna throw an M2. I'd usually throw like a really powered up Judge, but as you guys can see, I'm not throwing super hard today, so we'll throw an M2. Won't try and power up on it too much. Just swing it to the right and let it fade. Oh, the tailwind is killing that thing. That's so short. Oh my God. Yeah, tailwind really pushed that one down. So, well, whatever. We'll get a par. Okay, well, we're left with a pretty long death putt here. I think yesterday, I don't think I had a single air ball. Let's see if we can keep it going. Frick it, let's run it. Who cares? Might as well send it. That's an air ball. But that landed close. So we will just go clean up our par and keep on rolling. One thing that is worth noting though, you know, with all the wreckage that's happened here, they are adding some infrastructure as well. So they got some stairs coming down these sketchy hills that were once covered in mud and possibly deadly. So that's kind of nice, you know? I mean, there's been some course improvements. This next hole is going to be a little bit hurtful for me, so I'll show you guys here. All right, up next is course hole 17 out of, I believe, 24 on this course. Straight ahead, there used to be a bunch of trees in the way. There isn't anymore, but 297 feet. Slightly to the left, you really just got to get through the trees. During the tournament, this was actually second round. This was the last hole that I played. On this one, we're going to kick way left and not be so good, but this was the last hole I played. We're going to throw this PX3. It's actually the last hole I played in the tournament that I won here, and I won by getting a birdie on this hole, but it was a much more difficult version of this hole. Come out of it. Wow, that didn't hit anything. I love that. Okay, should have a putt. All right, well, here's what we're left with. Predictably, we came up short, and I believe this basket has been squished by a tree, so chances of this going in and staying in, pretty much zero. Yeah, well, we'll just call it a par and be on our way. It's kind of flattened out here after hole 1. All right, this is hole 18 on the course, hole 8 for me. Kind of down here and then to the right, there is a Mando sign, but that does not play where this basket is right now because the basket's up high to the right over by where that dog is that you can probably see. We have a little bit of a headwind. I'm going to throw this wave. I'm going to put it flat. So this is a really sad hole because everything over to this right side was forest before, and it is all gone now. So that's unfortunate. Now we're going to throw the hatchet, which was my tournament play for round 2, which is a hole that I birdied. Threw a big hyzer that just flipped, turned. I mean, it was just one of the most beautiful shots ever. It was so good. So we're going to throw this wave pretty hard and flat and let it turn a bunch and then swing back. Heads up! Yeah, we're good. Oh, that was... Oh, I hit the... I hit the wire. That was crazy. That was a bomb, though. There's cables coming off of this power pole here, and somehow I clipped one of them. Either way, that was a smash. We do not have a whole lot left to the basket here. This wave goes so freaking far, man. So we're just going to throw a little A2 upshot. That is going to be a little bit to the right. Ooh, I'm in a bush. Okay. Well, we'll see what we have for our birdie. That'll be interesting. Okay, apparently they moved hole 24's basket to hole 18. I guess it must have gotten squished because it's usually in some woods that are kind of behind the camera right now. And that's another birdie. I actually ended up apparently somehow kicking out of the bush, so that's good. All right, for this next hole, U-disc says 320, but it's supposed to be in the long pin. It is actually in the short right now. Range found it at about 200. So we're going to throw the A5. Like I said, this one was really clutch for me yesterday. Really good for the backhand approaches. We're going to try and can this. We'll see what happens. We might not. But it feels a little bit better in the hand, and I think it just, I don't know. I kind of dig it. I think I might bag it, but not as a putter. So, see if we can get this go right up the middle here. I'm going to put a little anti-flex on it. Yeah, I mean, it gets to the ground. Oh, and it rolls towards the basket. Yeah. That's going to be a little inside. But parked nonetheless. We take that. This is another one of those holes that bums me out a little bit because you could see from the tee there was nothing in my way, where previously there was a Mando, and it's actually like a pretty tricky line to get out of the woods clean. And, you know, I'll overlay some footage, but it's sad. This hole's really easy now, which is unfortunate. All right, this was formerly hole 20. Now it is my hole 10. This was aesthetically one of my favorite holes, just because it was this beautiful shot down this road here, and there was just a full canopy of trees all the way down. It was absolutely gorgeous, and it's a lot less interesting now, unfortunately. We're gonna throw the H3 V2, of course, and we are just gonna yeet it right down the middle. By the way, it's a 485-foot dead straight par 4. Basket is straight down this gap and then kind of up to the right. We're gonna throw this H3 hard and flat off to the left, let it turn and then fade. Try and get the nose down. That is not nose down. Wow. That was more stable than I thought it would be. Okay, well, it's no longer a problem being up there because there aren't any woods, so, oh well. All right, well, we landed here and I have a completely blind shot at the basket. Hey guys, I don't know how to film this shot, but basket's that way. We are just gonna throw the A2 on forehand and just hopefully do something nice with it. That seems not the best. Yeah, that was a little bit early. We'll see what we're left with. Yep, so as predicted, that wasn't very good. We're left with a pretty long downhill putt. The consequences for running this and missing aren't huge, so I think we're just gonna do it. We'll do a little jump putt with the 300 firm fractal PA3. That was just the worst run ever. Wanted to keep it low, but not that low. That's more like it. Ah, okay, well, I guess we settle for par on a pretty soft par 4. All right, the last hole I'm gonna play today is my hole 11, course hole 21. Straight downhill, about 215 feet. I don't want to play the last 2 holes because they go out onto this peninsula and it's kind of like a spine with water on each side, and it's so easy to just fall off into the water. So I'm not trying to lose a disc today, but we're going to throw another staple from yesterday's performance, my K1 Soft Berg. This thing is such a great disc, and it's perfect for a shot like this because it'll get to the ground, won't skip too much, and won't go too far. So we're going to throw this down the right side, let it fade in towards the basket, nice and easy. That could actually go in. Oh yeah, it's just in front. Perfect, just what you want. That'll be a birdie, I think, unless it rolled. All right, and I'm betting you can tell why you don't want to run long on this hole. There's a lake right behind it. So let's clean up this birdie and we'll call it a day. So I just want to thank all you guys for watching. It's been a little bit of a bittersweet experience out here. You know, it's great to come play Lake Julian again, but it's kind of unfortunate that it looks the way it does at the moment. You know, they're working really hard to get this thing back under control, and hopefully it'll be fully up and running within the next few months, but you know, we can only hope. So I want to thank all you guys for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.